Hello there. I'm gonna talk about the part of my life in France. So, how I ended up living there. To start, I have to say that it had been my dream since I was at university. Why? Because I remember there was a study abroad fair at my university, and there were many institutions talking about the opportunity to work and travel abroad. For example, I remember one program that helped you to travel to the States to work at Disneyland. They say that you could live abroad, practice your English, and work at Disneyland. That sounds awesome for me. And nevertheless, I couldn't do it at that time, but that was always ringing in my head until in 2022 I found the opportunity to travel to France. I was hired by a host family to work with them as a babysitter. I remember clearly the day I set up. In the morning, I went to the beauty salon to get my hair cut because my friends told me in France it's so expensive that type of things. So I say, okay, let's do it. I went with my favorite hairdresser. Her name is Judy. She cut my hair as always. She knows how I like it. When she was finishing, she asked me if I wanted that she would touch up my bangs. To which I said yes, please. Why not? Then I went to have lunch with all my family. It was a great time. So I was thinking over that I was going to miss them a lot. Later, when I got on the plane, I burst into tears. One flight attendant saw me and she tried to cheer me up. She said, I was worse on my first day at work. Then she asked me if I would like to grab some water, and I said yes, please. She was so nice with me all the flight. And after around 10 hours of flight time, we arrived in Paris. My host family was waiting for me. They were so kind. Some of the tasks that I had to do were taking care of the little girl, of course, and helping with some light chores around the house, such as mopping, sweeping, dusting, baking. On paper, give a hand to keep the house tidy, as I was part of the home. Next day, we went out to have dinner. The waiters asked us if we would like to drink sparkling water, still water, or tap water. So the parents answered, tap water, please. Tap water is good and is for free. To eat, I asked beef with French fries. The lady said, how would you like that cooked? So I said, medium well, please. Okay, something that I want to talk also is about the great connections. While I was living there, I met up with my friend Natalia and her little boy Geronimo. We were walking around Paris. We wanted to have a memory of that moment, so we asked a tourist, could you please take a picture of us? He said, sure. And I remember in her last date in Paris, I accompanied her to the airport. The same date, I met my good friend Maria. We really hit off. We really hit it up from the start. Maria is such a great woman who I can really depend on. One weekend, her daughter, Isabella, was running a race, so I went with Maria and her family to encourage her and support Isa. I remember Maria was shooting, keep going. Isa achieved her goal, reaching the first people on the top 20. Lastly, here is my French teacher, Francoise. I used to take French classes at her place on Mondays and Fridays. She taught me a lot. For our last class, we went to a local market where you can buy many things. For instance, meat, cheese, wine, fruits, vegetables, things for the home, etc. Of course, I have to talk about the food, especially dessert. I was delighted with a variety of dessert. This was my favorite ice cream in the top. You can see it. Um, it was an ice cream sundae with different toppings. I like it. I like it to put on gummies and strawberries with chocolate sauce. I remember when I tasted for the first time, I say, "Oh, geez, this is so delicious." I didn't used to like having breakfast, but breakfast time there was delightful. The French bread is so yummy. The croissant, the chocolate bread, wow, everything was delicious. For other hand, I didn't used to like cheese, neither. Neither. However, I started to find a good taste for it when I was living there. In short, it was difficult to me to keep in shape. Okay, to finish, I have to say that it was one of my best decisions ever, because every teaching, every mistake, every pleasure, and every adventure were valued to me. I'm a stronger woman now, and this beautiful experience gave me many teaching, such as I can't have the control of everything. Great things can happen even when you didn't expect them. What really gets under my skin is people who lies and finally seize the moment.